I just returned from El Salvador a week ago, and I've been thinking about all the things I loved about the trip. And there are many, but I'm just going to share 5 of those with you. First of all, the Salvadoran people, especially the people we met. There's such a generosity, such a goodness, a strong faith, a willingness to help each other, a strong sense of community, and such gratitude for our companionship. The humility and the courage, the faith, the hope that the Salvadoran people showed to me and to our group, that was all very inspiring. The second thing I loved about the trip were my travel companions. We were a delegation of, I think, 12, 13, and most of us were from St. Elizabeth, a couple from another parish community, and a couple of others who aren't strongly affiliated with St. Elizabeth, but a great group of people. We were on the bus together for at least 12 hours a day, visiting different communities. And the interaction and conversation, reflection, the humor, the way everybody carried each other, there's something really powerful about it. It really felt like a retreat to me. And in that sense, it was a real spiritual reset. So that's the second thing. The third thing that I really loved about the trip to El Salvador was just the connection to the gospel that kept coming forth, how people's lives are being transformed by the education they're receiving, by the accompaniment that they're receiving. Everybody has such a sense of God being at work in this partnership that we have as we sponsor young people to get an education and as we enable their families to support that. So the gospel coming to life was a very strong gift in this trip. Another thing that I loved about this trip, you can't go to El Salvador and not experience some of the crafts, the beautiful handiwork that people there are so good at doing. There's a women's cooperative in Suchitoto, one of the towns we visited where we have some students, and they have an indigo dye cooperative. So they grow the indigo, they harvest it at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. They go through the very laborious process of harvesting the leaves and putting it in a bath of water and letting it mull and soak and then drying it, and it turns into a powder that becomes this beautiful indigo dye. And they do some amazing things, from clothing to tablecloths to even masks. So it's great to see that spirit of handcrafts continuing to be so strong in El Salvador. The fifth thing that I loved about this trip was that it was 90 degrees every day and about 65 at night. And we stayed in a hotel in the city that had a very nice courtyard. So at night, when it would cool off, it would be breezy. The bougainvillea and all the flowering plants would just sway in the wind. And it was a nice end to some really challenging days, long days, days of hearing very grace-filled stories, but also some tough stories. This casa where we stayed, just a small hotel, nothing fancy, but very comfortable. It was a great place to enjoy the Salvadoran weather, from the 90-degree sunshine to the nice breezy, cool evenings. I may follow up with another list, but these 5 things are a start. I encourage you to think about it. If it's a trip that you've pondered taking, or if you have some sense of needing an experience that is transformative, it certainly is that. You'll travel with some wonderful people, you'll meet wonderful people, and the trip will be a blessing and a benefit to you.